Are you tired of walking into casinos with high hopes and a small budget, only to watch your money disappear within minutes? You're not alone. Millions of people dream of hitting it big, but think they need thousands of dollars to have a real chance. Hello, I am Adam, a former casino employee with 6 years of experience working the floors of Las Vegas casinos. Today, I'm going to solve your problem by revealing 8 insider methods to hit jackpots for under $100. These are secrets the casino industry doesn't want you to know, and I'm breaking my silence to share them with you. Before we begin, if you want more practical casino strategy tips, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Share your experiences in the comments. It will help other gamblers. The first hidden method is the progressive timing strategy. You've probably walked past those flashy progressive slot machines showing huge jackpots, thinking they're impossible to win or require massive bets. I get it. When you see numbers like 50,000 or 100,000 flashing on those screens, it feels like they're meant for high rollers dropping hundreds per spin. Here's what most players don't know. Progressive machines follow predictable patterns, and there are specific times when they're statistically more likely to hit. During my 6 years on the casino floor, I tracked these machines obsessively. I had to know which ones were performing well because management would ask me about customer complaints and payout frequencies. What I discovered changed everything I thought I knew about gambling. These machines aren't random chaos like most people believe. They operate on cycles, and smart players can identify when a progressive is ripe for hitting. The casino doesn't advertise this because they want you to think it's all luck. I watched a regular customer named Maria who came in every Tuesday around 2 p.m. She wasn't wealthy or particularly lucky. Maria worked at a local diner and would stop by during her afternoon break. She'd spend exactly $60 on the Wheel of Fortune Progressive, always the same machine in the third row. Other employees thought she was just another gambling addict, but I paid attention to her results. Over 6 months, Maria hit 3 major payouts. One was 3,200, another was 1,800, and the biggest was 4,700. She understood something that 99% of players miss completely. Maria had figured out the timing without even realizing she'd cracked a system. Here's her secret. Progressive machines that haven't hit in 2 to 3 weeks build up pressure in their payout cycles. The jackpot grows, but more importantly, the machine's algorithm adjusts to create more near-miss situations. These near misses aren't just psychological tricks. They're signs that the machine is cycling toward a major payout event. Maria always played during off-peak hours between 2 and 4 p.m. on weekdays. This timing matters because fewer players are cycling through the machines during these hours. When progressives have less competition, individual players get more chances to trigger the jackpot sequence before someone else hits it. The action steps are simple but crucial. Look for progressives that haven't hit in 2 to 3 weeks. Most casinos will tell you this information if you ask nicely. Play during off-peak hours between 2 and 4 p.m. on weekdays when possible. Never spend more than $40 per session on a single progressive machine. Regardless of how close it seems to hitting, track progressive jackpot histories by asking casino staff or checking online forums where players share information. Tuesday through Thursday are optimal days because weekend players haven't depleted the machines yet, but the weekday crowd is smaller. Your sweet spot for betting is $2 to $5 per spin. Any higher and you'll burn through your budget too quickly. Any lower and you won't qualify for the full jackpot on most machines. Watch for warning signs when a progressive is cold. If you've spent $25 without any bonus rounds or free spins, that machine probably isn't ready to pay out yet. Move to a different progressive rather than chasing losses on a cold machine. This strategy turns your $100 budget into a calculated investment rather than random gambling. The second hidden method is the comp point multiplier hack. You probably think comp points are just a small consolation prize that barely add up to anything meaningful. Most players collect these points without understanding their real value, treating them like grocery store rewards that might get you a free coffee after spending hundreds of dollars. I used to think the same way until I started working behind the scenes with the player development team. Casino comp systems have built in multiplier periods that can triple or quadruple your points, essentially giving you free money to play with on top of your $100 budget. The casino industry keeps these promotion periods quiet because they represent genuine value for smart players. During my time working the floor, I noticed certain players consistently walked away with more value than others, even when spending the same amount of money. These players weren't luckier or better gamblers. They had cracked the comp system by understanding when and how to maximize their point earnings during special promotional windows. There was this smart player named Robert who would only gamble during our monthly Diamond Days promotion. Robert worked construction and didn't have unlimited money to throw around, but he understood value better than players spending 10 times more than him. He'd bring exactly $80, earn triple points during the promotion, receive $40 in comp dollars, and effectively turn his $80 into $120 of total playing power. Robert taught me something important about casino mathematics. He showed me that timing your gambling budget around multiplier events creates guaranteed value before you even start playing. While other players focus solely on winning money from machines, Robert was earning money from the casino's own promotional system. The key insight here is that comp multipliers stack with your regular gambling activity. You're not choosing between gambling and earning points. You're doubling down on both simultaneously during specific promotional periods that most players ignore or don't know about. Here's your action plan. Sign up for every casino's player club in your area. Even if you don't plan to visit regularly, these clubs send promotional calendars that list multiplier events, special point days, and bonus earning opportunities. Most players throw these mailers away without reading them, which is a costly mistake. Ask casino staff directly about upcoming multiplier events when you arrive. Floor supervisors and slot attendants know the promotional calendar and will share information if you ask politely. Focus your entire $100 budget during these special periods rather than spreading your gambling across random visits throughout the month. Always check your comp balance before leaving the casino. Many players accumulate points without realizing how much value they burn. Comp dollars can often be converted into free play credits, meal vouchers, or even cash in some casinos. I've seen players walk away from hundreds of dollars in accumulated comps simply because they didn't check their balance. Learn the difference between comp dollars and free play credits. Comp dollars usually offer more flexibility and can sometimes be used for non gambling purchases like meals or hotel rooms. Free play credits must be used on machines, but often come with better conversion rates during promotional periods. Maximize birthday and anniversary bonuses by concentrating your yearly gambling around these personal celebration dates. Most casinos offer significant point multipliers or bonus credits during your birthday month, effectively increasing your gambling budget without additional cost. This strategy transforms your $100 into a larger bankroll through the casino's own promotional system. The third hidden method is the new machine advantage. You probably stick to familiar machines or follow the crowd to popular games that everyone else is playing. I understand why this happens. Walking into a casino can feel overwhelming with hundreds of flashing machines, so most people gravitate toward games they recognize or areas where other players seem to be having fun. What you don't realize is that you're making a critical mistake that costs you real money. Brand new slot machines are programmed to pay out more frequently in their first weeks to build excitement and attract players. This isn't luck or coincidence. It's a deliberate business strategy that creates your golden opportunity if you know how to exploit it. During my years working casino operations, I was directly involved in new machine installations. I helped coordinate with technicians, monitored initial performance reports, and tracked customer response to newly placed games. What I witnessed during these installation periods shocked me and completely changed how I viewed casino gambling. Every new machine goes through what industry insiders call a honeymoon period. The manufacturer and casino work together to ensure these machines create positive buzz and word of mouth advertising. They achieve this by programming higher payout frequencies during the first 2 to 3 weeks after installation. It's not false advertising because the long term payout percentages remain within legal requirements, but the initial experience is dramatically different. When we installed a new bank of Buffalo Gold machines, I witnessed something that convinced me this strategy was real. A construction worker named Mike, still wearing his work clothes and covered in dust, stopped by during his lunch break on the machine's third day in operation. Mike wasn't a regular gambler and didn't understand complex strategies. He simply saw the new game signs and decided to try his luck with $35 from his wallet. Within 20 minutes, Mike hit a $2,400 jackpot. The machine erupted with lights and sounds, drawing a crowd of curious onlookers. Mike's win created exactly the kind of excitement the casino wanted. Other players immediately started lining up to try the new Buffalo Gold machines, convinced they were hot and ready to pay out again. This wasn't an isolated incident. Over my 6 years working installations, I documented similar patterns with nearly every new machine type. The first week consistently produced more jackpots, bonus rounds, and significant payouts than the same machines would generate months later. Here's what you need to do. Always ask casino staff about recent machine installations when you arrive. Most employees are happy to point out new games because they're trained to promote them. Look for areas with bright new game signage, promotional banners, or machines that seem to have more staff attention than usual. Dedicate $50 of your $100 budget specifically to trying newly installed machines within their first 2 weeks of operation. This isn't gambling money you're risking randomly. It's an investment in a mathematically advantageous situation that most players completely miss. Learn to spot newly installed games by observing your surroundings. New machines often have cleaner screens, brighter cabinets, and more promotional materials nearby. They're typically placed in high traffic areas where winners will be most visible to other customers. Get insider information by building friendly relationships with casino employees, slot technicians, floor supervisors, and even cocktail waitresses. Know when new machines arrive and which ones are generating the most excitement during their honeymoon periods. The new machine advantage gives your limited budget the best possible chance at significant returns during those crucial first weeks. The fourth hidden method is the end of shift phenomenon. You probably gamble whenever it's convenient for you without considering what's happening behind the scenes at the casino. Most players think about their own schedule, their available money, and maybe what games they want to play. But they completely ignore the casino's operational rhythms that create real opportunities. What you don't understand is that during shift changes, especially between day and night shifts, there's measurably less floor supervision and machines often cycle through their program payouts. This isn't some conspiracy theory. It's a documented operational reality that I witnessed daily during my 6 years working casino floors. Casino operations run on strict shift schedules with specific handover procedures between teams. During these transition periods, which typically last 30 to 45 minutes, the outgoing shift is finishing reports and closing duties, while the incoming shift is getting briefed and settling into their positions. This creates gaps in the usually tight surveillance and floor management that casinos maintain. I notice patterns during these shift changes that most people would dismiss as coincidence. Machines seem to hit bonus rounds more frequently. Progressive jackpots would trigger during these windows more often than statistical probability suggested. Customer service calls decreased because players were winning more consistently during these transition periods. Every evening at 6:30 p.m. during our day to night shift change, I observed an elderly gentleman who had figured out this phenomenon completely by accident. Harold was a retired postal worker who started gambling as a way to socialize after his wife passed away. He didn't understand complex gambling strategies or mathematical probabilities, but he had stumbled onto something remarkable through simple observation and timing. Harold would arrive at exactly 6 p.m., order a cup of coffee, and position himself near the video poker section. He'd wait until he saw the day shift supervisors heading to the back offices for their end of shift meetings, then begin playing. Harold never spent more than $75 per visit, always played the same denomination machines, and consistently chose the same general area of the casino. In my 6 years of observing Harold's routine, he had more significant wins than anyone else I knew. Not huge, life-changing jackpots, but consistent $300 to $800 payouts that happened with remarkable frequency. Other employees assumed Harold was just a lucky old man, but I recognized he had accidentally discovered something important about casino operations. The shift change phenomenon works because surveillance attention is divided during these periods. Floor supervisors are distracted by administrative duties. Machine technicians are often in meetings or transitioning between responsibilities. The entire operational focus shifts from active floor monitoring to paperwork and staff coordination. Here's your action plan. Plan your casino visits specifically around shift changes, which typically occur at 6 a.m., 2 p.m., and 10 p.m. at most major casinos. Call ahead or ask during previous visits to confirm exact shift change times as they vary between different properties. Arrive 30 minutes before these transition periods and have your $100 budget ready to deploy during the optimal window. Don't waste time wandering around or getting drinks. Position yourself near your preferred machines and wait for the shift change to begin before starting serious play. Focus on games that require less staff attention during these periods. Video poker, standard slot machines, and electronic table games work better than live dealer games or machines that frequently require attendant assistance. Watch for visual cues that indicate shift changes are occurring. Supervisors walking toward back offices, groups of employees having brief meetings, and general movement away from active floor monitoring all signal these opportunity windows. This timing strategy maximizes your chances during periods when casino operations are naturally less focused on preventing player wins. The fifth hidden method is the tournament entry strategy. You probably think casino tournaments are only for high rollers or professional gamblers with unlimited budgets. I completely understand this misconception because casinos do a terrible job of promoting their smaller tournaments to regular players. They focus marketing on the big money events that generate headlines and attract wealthy customers. The reality is completely different from what most people believe. Most casino slot tournaments have entry fees under 50 and they guarantee you'll get more playing time and chances to win than regular slot play with the same money. This isn't some complicated professional gambling technique. It's a straightforward value proposition that casinos offer but don't advertise properly. During my time working casino operations, I helped coordinate tournament events and saw firsthand how these competitions actually work. The mathematics behind tournaments heavily favor participants compared to regular machine play. You're not competing against the house edge like you do with standard gambling. Instead, you're competing against other players for predetermined prize pools that offer genuine value. Tournament entry fees fund prize pools that typically return 70 to 80% of collected money to winners. Compare this to regular slot machines that return 85 to 95% to all players combined, and tournaments become obviously superior for players with limited budgets. You get guaranteed playing time, social interaction, and better mathematical odds of walking away with more money than you brought. A nurse named Jennifer discovered this advantage completely by accident and transformed her gambling experience. Jennifer worked night shifts at the local hospital and would stop by our casino on weekend mornings after finishing her shifts. She was spending about $40 each visit on penny slots and typically lost everything within 20 to 30 minutes. One Saturday morning, Jennifer arrived to find her favorite slot section blocked off for our monthly $40 slot tournament. Instead of leaving or playing different machines, she decided to enter the tournament with the same money she would have spent on regular slots. That decision changed her entire approach to casino gambling. The tournament format gave Jennifer 3 hours of guaranteed playing time on machines, identical to her usual favorites. Instead of playing against house odds alone, she was competing against 50 other players for prizes totaling 1,600. Jennifer finished second place and won $1,800. But more importantly, she realized she had been approaching casino gambling completely wrong. Jennifer started researching tournament schedules at casinos throughout the area. She discovered multiple venues offered weekly tournaments with entry fees between $25 and $50. By focusing her gambling budget exclusively on tournament entries, Jennifer extended her playing time, improved her chances of significant wins, and eliminated the psychological pressure of playing against house odds. Here's your action plan. Research tournament schedules at all casinos in your area by checking their websites, calling customer service departments, and asking for printed schedules during visits. Most casinos publish monthly tournament calendars that list entry fees, prize structures, and registration requirements. Enter tournaments with entry fees under $60, leaving at least $40 from your $100 budget for additional entries or side play during tournament breaks. Many venues offer multiple tournaments per day or week, allowing you to participate several times with your limited budget. Understand tournament scoring systems before participating. Most slot tournaments award points based on credits won rather than money wagered, which changes optimal playing strategy compared to regular machine play. Focus on triggering bonus rounds and free spin features rather than trying to preserve credits. Look for tournaments with guaranteed prize pools rather than events where prizes depend on participation levels. Guaranteed pools ensure you know the potential return before entering, making budget planning much easier. Use remaining budget money for practice sessions on tournament-style machines between events, helping you understand which games offer the best tournament scoring potential. This strategy provides guaranteed value and extended playing time that regular gambling cannot match. The sixth hidden method is the loyalty tier jump. You're probably stuck at the lowest tier of the casino's rewards program, getting minimal benefits and feeling like the good perks are impossible to reach. Most players accumulate points slowly over months or years, never realizing there's a strategic way to jump loyalty tiers quickly and unlock benefits that multiply your gambling power. I watched thousands of players make this same mistake during my casino career. They would visit sporadically, spend small amounts randomly, and remain trapped in bronze or silver status forever. Meanwhile, smart players who understood the tier system were unlocking benefits worth hundreds of dollars by concentrating their play strategically during specific periods. Casino loyalty programs operate on point thresholds that reset annually or every 6 months. Most players don't realize these reset periods create opportunities to make dramatic tier jumps with relatively small investments. There's a strategic way to jump loyalty tiers quickly by concentrating your play during specific periods, unlocking benefits that multiply your gambling power far beyond your initial investment. The mathematics behind tier jumping favor players who understand timing and concentration over those who spread their gambling randomly throughout the year. Higher tiers unlock benefits like monthly free play credits, complimentary meals, room discounts, priority customer service, and exclusive promotional offers that provide genuine monetary value. I helped a customer named Dave calculate exactly what he needed to reach gold status at our casino. Dave was a regular player who visited twice monthly and spent about $150 per visit. He was accumulating points slowly, but never reaching the tier threshold that would unlock significant benefits. His scattered playing pattern was costing him hundreds of dollars in missed opportunities. Dave typically spent $300 per month across 6 or 8 separate casino visits. Instead of continuing this inefficient approach, we calculated that concentrating his usual monthly budget during a single weekend, coinciding with our double point promotion, would jump him directly to gold status. Dave followed this strategy and immediately unlocked benefits that transformed his gambling experience. His new gold status provided $150 in monthly free play credits, priority seating at restaurants, room discounts of 25%, and access to exclusive tournaments with better prize structures. Within 3 months, the monetary value of his gold benefits exceeded his entire tier jump investment. Dave had essentially paid for a year of enhanced gambling experiences with one strategic weekend of concentrated play. The key insight is that loyalty benefits compound over time while tier jump costs are one-time investments. Players who reach higher tiers early in the qualification period maximize the value they receive from enhanced benefits throughout the entire tier cycle. Here's your action plan. Calculate the exact points needed to reach your next tier by checking your current status online or asking player services representatives. Most casinos provide detailed information about tier requirements and current point balances through their websites or mobile applications. Identify double point periods, special promotion days, or bonus earning opportunities that can accelerate your tier advancement. Concentrate your $100 budget plus any additional gambling funds during these promotional windows to maximize point accumulation efficiency. Plan your tier jump early in the qualification period rather than near reset dates. Reaching higher status in January provides 12 months of enhanced benefits, while achieving the same tier in November provides only 2 months of value before the cycle resets. Research which tier benefits provide genuine monetary value versus promotional perks that sound impressive but offer little practical worth. Focus on tiers that unlock monthly free play credits, meal comps, or room discounts that you'll actually use regularly. Use your enhanced tier benefits immediately after qualification rather than saving them for special occasions. Free play credits and promotional offers often have expiration dates, and maximizing their use ensures you receive full value from your tier jump investment. This strategic approach transforms your $100 into a tier advancement tool that unlocks ongoing benefits worth significantly more than your initial investment. The seventh hidden method is the machine location science. You probably choose slot machines randomly or based on themes you like without understanding the strategic placement casinos use. Most players walk onto the casino floor and gravitate toward flashy graphics, familiar game titles, or machines where other people seem to be playing. This approach costs you money because you're ignoring decades of casino research about optimal machine placement. What you don't realize is that casinos deliberately place their loosest slots in specific locations to create the illusion of frequent wins, and knowing these locations gives you a mathematical advantage. Every machine placement decision involves careful analysis of foot traffic patterns, customer psychology, and revenue optimization strategies that most players never consider. During my years working casino operations, I was directly involved in machine placement decisions and floor layout planning. Casino management spends enormous amounts of money on consultants who analyze exactly where to position different types of machines for maximum profitability. They understand player behavior better than players understand themselves. The science behind machine placement revolves around creating visible winners in high traffic areas while hiding tight machines in locations where losses won't discourage other customers. Casinos want winners near entrances because arriving customers who see jackpots immediately feel optimistic about their chances. They want winners near ATMs because players withdrawing additional money need encouragement to continue gambling. There was a particular machine near our main entrance that paid out visibly every few hours throughout most days. Management deliberately kept it there specifically because winners near the entrance encouraged new arrivals and created positive energy that spread throughout the casino floor. This wasn't accidental luck or coincidence. It was strategic business planning designed to maximize customer psychology. Smart players figured out this pattern and would rotate to that entrance area every 2 to 3 hours during their casino visits. They weren't necessarily better gamblers or luckier people. They had recognized that certain machines were programmed and positioned to pay out more frequently because their wins served important marketing purposes for the casino. I documented similar patterns throughout our casino floor over several years. Machines positioned around buffet lines paid out more frequently during meal hours because winners eating dinner would talk excitedly about their good fortune with other diners. Machines near the main cashier cage hit bonuses more often because winners collecting payouts created visible excitement for players cashing out smaller amounts. The locations that consistently produced winners were not random. They followed predictable patterns based on where casino management wanted to create positive customer experiences that would encourage continued play and return visits. Here's your action plan. Focus your $100 budget on machines positioned near main entrances, around buffet lines, by ATMs, and in areas where winners are most visible to other players walking through the casino. These high visibility locations house machines that are programmed to create the positive customer experiences casinos need for marketing purposes. Avoid machines in quiet corners, near table game areas, or in sections of the casino where foot traffic is minimal. These locations typically house tighter machines because wins in these areas don't provide the marketing value that casinos seek from visible jackpots in high traffic zones. Map the best locations in any new casino by spending 15 minutes observing foot traffic patterns before you start gambling. Notice where crowds gather, which areas have the most activity, and where you hear jackpot celebrations most frequently during your observation period. Use foot traffic patterns to your advantage by rotating between high visibility locations every 30 to 45 minutes rather than staying at one machine for extended periods. This rotation strategy exposes you to multiple machines that benefit from favorable placement decisions. Watch for machines that generate crowds when they pay out, as these are typically positioned in locations where casinos want to create excitement and encourage additional play from observing customers. This location strategy directs your limited budget toward machines that serve casino marketing purposes through more frequent payouts. The eighth and final hidden method is the bankroll cycling technique. You probably bet your entire budget randomly without a system, leading to quick losses and missed opportunities. Most players walk into casinos with their full gambling budget in hand and start playing without any structured approach to money management. This random betting pattern is exactly what casinos want because it leads to faster losses and fewer chances for players to hit significant wins. Professional advantage players use a specific cycling method that extends playing time and increases jackpot opportunities by managing money in strategic segments. This isn't complicated mathematics or advanced gambling theory. It's simple money management that maximizes your chances of success while minimizing the risk of losing everything quickly on a single cold machine. During my casino career, I observed clear differences between players who managed their money strategically and those who gambled randomly. Strategic players consistently lasted longer, had more chances at jackpots, and walked away with winnings more frequently than players with larger budgets, who lacked systematic approaches to money management. A regular player I knew had mastered this technique completely through trial and error over several months of casino visits. Frank was a mechanic who brought exactly $100 every Friday after work as his weekly entertainment budget. Instead of playing randomly until his money disappeared, Frank developed a systematic approach that transformed his gambling experience. Frank would break his $100 into 5 separate $20 segments and treat each segment as an independent gambling session.
He'd walk to different areas of the casino and play each $20 segment on different machine types and locations. Frank would walk away from each machine after either doubling his $20 segment or losing it completely, with no exceptions to this rule, regardless of how close the machine seemed to paying out. This systematic approach allowed Frank to consistently last 4 to 6 hours in the casino with multiple chances at jackpots across different machines and locations. While other players burned through larger budgets in 30 minutes on single machines, Frank's cycling technique gave him numerous opportunities to hit significant wins throughout extended casino visits. Frank's success came from understanding that each $20 segment represented a separate chance at finding a machine ready to pay out.
By cycling through different machines rather than feeding his entire budget into one or two games, Frank maximized his exposure to machines that were programmed and positioned for better payout opportunities. Here's your complete action plan. Divide your $100 into 5 $20 segments and treat each segment as completely separate from the others. Set strict win and loss limits for each $20 segment, walking away after either doubling your money or losing the entire amount, with absolutely no exceptions to this rule. Cycle through different machine types and locations for each segment rather than staying in one area of the casino. Use your first $20 on progressive machines near the entrance, your second $20 on new machines in high traffic areas, your third $20 on video poker during shift changes, and so on through all 8 methods we've discussed. Never combine segments or chase losses by using your next $20 to recover previous losses. Each segment must remain independent to maximize your chances of finding machines ready to pay out while limiting losses from machines that are running cold. Let me recap all 8 methods quickly. The progressive timing strategy focuses on playing during off-peak periods when machines follow predictable patterns. The comp point multiplier, hack, maximizes special promotion periods for guaranteed value. The new machine advantage targets newly installed games during their honeymoon periods. The end of shift phenomenon uses operational timing for reduced supervision windows. The tournament entry strategy provides guaranteed playing time with better mathematical odds. The loyalty tier jump unlocks ongoing benefits through strategic advancement. The machine location science directs you toward high visibility placement areas. The bankroll cycling technique manages your money in strategic segments for maximum opportunities. Remember, these methods improve your odds and extend your playing time, but they don't guarantee wins. Always gamble responsibly and never bet money you can't afford to lose. These techniques give you the best possible chance with your $100 budget, but casino gambling always involves risks that you must accept before playing